We're good. We're good. Oh, there we go. Oh man, that is literally, that's the least fun bit. The click-ins, the doing the click-ins. That's the least funny bit. Oh well, hello, gentlemen. Oh, Ven Francois, sweet. Oh, here we are. Finally, my favourite time of day. I got my wet palette. I'm all set up. Yeah, we're all set up. Excellent. Okay. Good. That is nice. How are we doing today, gents? What's occurring in your part of the world? What's happening? Let me know. How are you doing? How are you doing? Oh, I need to get the blue tack up as well. Definitely need to get the blue tack up. Don't need to see the viewers. Don't want to get intimidated or disappointed, you know. I think we could start with some Titus, couldn't we? I think so. We could definitely start with some Titus. Ah, Owen as well. Yeah, just sitting, relaxing, looking at your phone. Well, good. Why not? I'm quite partial to doing that myself, actually, at the very end of the day. Oh, I've just accidentally not focused my camera. There we go. Oh, what a treat. Here we are. Where's Titus? So Titus is looking delicious now. He's been a bit upgraded, but we should probably get a coat of paint on him just to get warmed up. I fancy some Cantor Blue today. Just woke up, just going to bed. That's crazy, isn't it? The whole different side of the world thing. Oh. Oop. So it seems not too much. Hang on, let me just adjust this. Huh. So, what's going on news-wise? Blitzwing pancakes. Ah, Blitzwing. I think your profile picture has changed. Maybe, just maybe, Blitzwing pancakes is a real person. Just maybe. It's possible. It's possible. But I don't know. So what have I got news-wise? Oh yeah, I got some news. Good and bad news. Do you want the good or bad news, guys? Good or bad? You can choose. You'll get them both. But which one do you want first? Good or bad? Oh, Psy Cannon. Okay, so that's Elder Titan. Wait, Psy Cannon is not an Elder weapon. Okay. The bad news. Okay, I currently can't use the stamping plates. That's the bad news. Then let me know when you're ready for the good news. Well, the good news is I got the stamping plates. So, yeah, I've got them, but I currently can't use them. Let me get this coat on Titus, and then I will show you. Blitzwing wants to Google something, eh? With his AI mind. He hasn't got fingers. How's he going to Google it? The good news is I got the plates. The bad news is I can't use them. But I can show you them at least. So let's just get Titus layer on. Beautiful, Titus. You beautiful buddy. Ah. Yeah, you might see here I've got the instructions as to how to use the stamps. So I was super excited. First thing I did was cut the box up and stick that up. Titus recording the layer. Let's do that. Well, I will come to that then. First things first. Right, that's Titus recorded. So let me show you the plates, right? So the first thing I immediately noticed with the plates is that they are very, very nice. Perhaps even, arguably, too nice for me. I think they're still in their packet like this. Hang on, let me just get one. And I'll show you all the variations. But I think this is them still in their packet. I think this is packaging here. But I can't be sure. But they're very smooth. So I feel like there might be a thin film of plastic over them. But they are incredibly delicious. Like I said, I think they're too nice for me. I feel like these are like... I'm starting to think that with the hobby, there's certain levels, right? You can take the blue stuff off. Okay, good. So there's certain levels of... so this is Heraldry 01. There's certain levels of skill, I feel, with the hobby, right? And I feel like these plates are further up the spectrum for me. They are incredibly nice. And if you can do things like these stripes and these checkers... So this is what? Squad markings 1. I mean... Yeah, they're absolutely delicious. I'm going to take the time to show every single one. I feel like that would be worth doing. And then we've got, what have we got here? Runic 1. So you've even got Space Wolfie glyphs, large, small, and teeny tiny. So any Space Wolf collector would like that one. And you've got Zodiac signs, Viking symbols. I mean, it's kind of friggin' amazing, frankly. Chili con cheesecake! Ah! Chili con cheesecake. It seems we've got some Espanol. And this one is Ancient 01. Again, pretty amazing. I'm thinking that those Greek letters could be used on any kind of banners or anything, really. You could just write any old gibberish. But then you've got the squad markings. I was particularly interested in this one, like the frame. So... yeah, I will use them. I will come to why I can't currently use them in a second. Let me just show you the plates, all right? It's all right, Joe. You stinky thing, you. So there we go. There's some more. That's Orky ones. And an Aztec one he thrown in for... I feel like this would be a good shooty orc icon. So that's 5. We've got another 5 to go. Isn't that crazy? That's like only halfway. And then we've got all of these. But the plan is to very much use them. But I need to pick your brains on that one. And then we've got, what are these? Chaotic symbols. So, again, some delicious shizness. I thought that'd be a nice Mechanicum one, that one, potentially. And then, again, heraldry. Like, I immediately think Titans. I immediately think Bretonia, Empire. Like, I immediately think that with these guys. So, just think, any plain shields, like those men-at-arms, I mean, any plain shield or large sections of armour is fair game. Elements 1. And that's where you've got the little salamander's head. It's teeny, but it's there. Oh, you've got a bigger one there. Bigger salamander head. And some fire and flame effects. And then the last one is Zambies 01. Zambies 01. So again, just nice random symbols. Oh, guys! Look at that! They've got a null oil symbol. Look, look, look! Right here. They've got a null. Oh my god. That is definitely Null or Lord Null's symbol, isn't it? He can have some troops with their own flags. Lord Null's represented. No way, and it's spider webs. But yeah, I can't believe, look, Lord Null. It's exactly the same. Look at that. And then look at this. It's right there. Lord Null. We've got a Lord Null plate. Oh, well, that just makes looking through them all worthwhile. So there we have it. Lord Null is represented. If you think I'm not going to paint some Chaos Space Marines with Lord Null iconography, you guys are sorely mistaken. So the issue I have, right, is, so it arrived late last night, and what I immediately wanted to do was assemble. What I immediately wanted to do was stamp stuff. So I opened up the stamping guide, and I was immediately greeted with a turd. Right, so there's a little bit of a trend going on, guys. When something good happens, I get served up a turd as well. So with the first good thing of the year, that was Greco's Generosity, and then YouTube took the equivalent of a Magnus and a Lictor, which is a big bite, right? A big bite. So that was the first turd, and this is turd number 2. So Goblin Hobbies, fantastically generous, sent me this out for free. As lovely as that is, the first thing I saw was you need probably ventilated area, yada yada, fine. You need 100% acetone for cleaning the stamping plates. I don't know what that is. I have no idea what that is. And so it's now, it's maybe not acetone, acetone. So I just have to, yeah, so yeah, I'm a little bit stuck. So that basically puts that on the back burner along with magnets and basing materials and UHU music. So music, glass, glue. Oh, nail polish remover, is that what it is? So it's nail polish remover, because the paints do come in polishy bottles. Oh, do not use nail polish remover. Okay, somebody's helping me out there. So I have to go for 100% acetone. Okay, 100% acetone it is. I kind of want to drink my coffee. So I can't wait to make some Lord Null forces now. Lord Null now has his army, but I just need the acetone, and then we can go from there. Now, the next issue I have is with the Lictor, is that I'm going for no janky layers. I'm going for smooth blends. And I have forgotten which brown this is. I know I mixed Agrax into it, but I am stuck on the brown. Now, we have to just check my filing system. It's in here somewhere. So, and I'm pretty sure I threw it to the top. So we got an Agrax. We're halfway there. Agrax is there. if I don't find the correct brown, I have to remix it. It might be Zandri Desert. Although Zandri Desert is looking a little bit unwell, but it might be Zandri Desert. Let's just check. Anyone got eyes better than me? Yeet. It's not Zandri Desert. That does not look like Zandri Desert, but with Agrax in, maybe it is. Let's see if there's anything remotely similar on the top of the pile. No, we might be repainting it, potentially. Unless something jumps out. No, okay. We're going to mix that up and give it a go. Well, Freds, I mean, we're currently operating on a budget of 0. So, like I say, acetone is with basing materials, any new paints, UHU, the blood effect glue, paint, glue shizners, and something else, magnets. So it's on that list now. It's on the back burner, guys. So that's the downside. So we have to watch out for the turds, right? So I'm going to try and preempt. If and when something else nice happens, I'm going to try and preempt the turd so that I'm not like, yeah, oh, you know what I mean? So we've got to preempt that turd. Because, yeah, it didn't drop a big clanger on my head when I opened the box. 10 quid. Okay, well. I don't know. I do know that you shouldn't breathe in too much acetone, Club, because it says acetone both emit organic fumes and are flammable. Treat them with similar care as you would paint thinner, enamel paint, or plastic cement. Okay, so you know, sounds like it's ideal for using in the close confines of my cupboard. Perfect, eh? So if I pass out on stream when using acetone, then you can go ahead and laugh at me. Now, I thought for a second, just maybe I could get a 2-for-1 in that. Is acetone the stuff that you use to strip paint off plastic miniatures? Or is that, I want to say, for some reason I feel like it's called something like Piso polyflops. Piso polyploppyflops? Or something like that. Zanfan! Right, just need to confirm this. Zanfan is something model. Zanfan, type in your Instagram, please, because everyone needs to see your Tyranids, frankly, and also the other stuff you're painting. But I need to just mention his Instagram. Yeah, it's really good. Right, I think we might have found it. I think it's Zamacy Desert and Agrax. Praise Agrax! Oh, it's what you use to make sprue goo. Okay, so it is a 2-for-1, just not the 2-for-1 I thought of. Well, that's actually good news. That's actually exciting news that I do get a 2-for-1. So I think it's safe to say that that is the same pigment, right? That's the same colour. I think we found it. So we can test it, because I did put a different colour on by accident. So if this covers up and looks... Oh, no, this is the one that I thought it was. Okay, so we are scuppered. That brown will forever disappear. We're going to go with the Zamzi. It's a shame, because I like that brown, but it's gone. Hey, Campfire. Yeah, but if I use something else, if I use ammonia, then I can't say acetone all the time, can I? So I lose out on all those jokes. No, I really didn't want to change this brown, but... Well, oh, no, I can't change it. Do you know why? Because it's too close to the armour. I can't use Zamzi. It's the same problem that I just had. Ah, Table, you big blubbery butt. I need something that is not Zamzi. At this point, I'll take any brown. What are you? Why are you up here on the executive shelf? XV88. That's not in good shape, is it? Let's try mixing it. What could it have been? Yeah, that's it. ISO proper plows. That's the one. This is not mixed. I could hear the ball bearing rattling around. Yeah, this is just dead. It's absolutely dead. Why do paints do that to me? But you've got a ball bearing in, so I need to salvage that. Oh, hello. Here's another Zamzi. Is it Zamzi? Is it the same Zamzi? Oh, gentlemen, ladies. Hello, teams. Zandri Dust and Zamesi Desert. That's where we're going. Now we go. You can strip paint with acetone, but it will melt plastic as well. Only use on metal minis. Okay. But it would seem that acetone allows me to create sprue glue. So... Oh, wood alcohol is much easier to say. Oh, wait! Girl painting! Hang on a second! I'm talking about Zan's Instagram, but girl painting, have a look at her Instagram as well. Dear Lord, I wasn't expecting anything, but I wasn't expecting to walk into that. Have a look. Girl painting, is your name the same as your Instagram? I forget, but definitely you need to have a look, because I was flabbergasted. I was like, dear Lord, that is absolutely brilliant. Yes. We're working on this Lictor. Sorry, I know I haven't quite brought him out yet, but I've had a bit of a brown issue. I had to figure out my brown, and I do believe it's Zandri Dust. So I hope you go to the executive shelf. There's the executive shelf right there. Yeah, sorry, Warden, I wasn't on Instagram last night streaming. I fell asleep. And I'm thinking with the Instagram streams, I might not necessarily do kit bashing every stream. I think that might have a bit of flexibility to it. I might do painting, I might do assemblings. But yeah, sorry I wasn't on there. I don't know if you even checked. Bit arrogant of me to presume that you were. But yeah, so I wasn't on. Now, I just need to give that Zamesi a moment to dry. So I'm going to try and slurp this coffee down real quick. It's been a bit of a slow start. I apologise for that. But I mean, I was showing off the goblin stuff and talking acetone. But, oh, Warden. Hey, yeah, Warden, I've got to show Warden what we discovered. Was it the top plate or the bottom plate? Bottom plate. So, here's a little shocking bit of news for you, Warden. Lord Noel is represented in the stamping plates. Look closely, Warden buddy. Look. See here? Lord Noel has his own heraldry. It's right there. Do you see it? Lord Noel. Yes, I'll just pet you a little bit there, Lord Noel. How good's that? Exactly. So, Lord Noel he's now going to have to get an army of some sort. I don't care what models I use for Lord Noel's army. As long as they have that heraldry, they can be anything. They can be absolutely anything. I don't care what they are. They can be anything. Like Warhammer Necromunda, 40k, anything. As long as it has the appropriate branding. Ooh. Right, we're ready to start. Well, I have a load of sprues. I was saving up loads and loads of sprues because I had a Chaos, Age of Sigmar Chaos Dreadhold, and I was going to cast it so I could make a super big Nurgle Fortress, but I ended up selling it. And I sold it for way less than it was worth as well, but, well, I need some money. But I've still got the sprues on the plus side. Yeah, this is the colour. Okay, so that looks a little bit different now, but that's okay. It's all right. It will dry and hopefully even out. So I'm going to blend, excuse me, I'm going to blend up. And to be honest, what I think I'm going to do is I've already mixed the Zandri, and I'm going to blend that up to some Samenzi, because they're already here on my palette mixed. So what I'm going to do is try and get no harsh transitions. So if I can mix those together a little bit, and just go ever so slightly brighter, see how we get on. But I'll start over here instead. I don't want to. A little bit watery, but I don't worry about that so much now. So the fact that it doesn't look so harsh wet makes me think it will dry just fine. Ah, it's so nice to be sitting painting. So nice. Oh, here's another question, right? I keep getting recommended pictures and videos of other painting people's, right? And they have their like painting desks behind them, and they're immaculate. Everything's super organized. There's no spaces, no muck, well lit, just these absolutely immaculate spaces. And to me, the question I've got is, are some of these just not used spaces, just like sets? Because it doesn't look like it doesn't look like a used space. Or is that just what the hobby looks like when you've got a lot of bucks? That's what I don't understand. So if anyone can educate me as to that, is that just the way you go when you've got a lot of money? You get your paint setup gets super neat. So what's the deal then? If it's a myth, what am I being shown? Why am I being shown these people? Is it just people who pretend they're hobbyists and just like do like news updates on the hobby or something? OCD. Ah, right, okay. All right. Okay. Then, all right, that explains it. I'm going to go more into that recess. Hey, KS. I'm looking into buying ahead specifically so I have space to organize and have a hobby house for painting. If you have the means to do that, Campin, I say go for it. Why not? Why not build ahead? Go ahead with that. Sounds like a smart move. If you understand that some people have chaotic mindset when it comes to workspace, and some have a compulsory need to keep everything clean as F. Ah, okay, yeah. It's different horses, different courses, isn't it? That's what it is. It would be boring if we were all the same. So obviously I fall into the realm of hyper organized, right? That's where I come in on this spectrum. The lictor's not got a name. For some reason, Mr. Nobbles immediately jumps to mind. And he says, Mr. Nobbles is here. When you can't see him. Just assimilate someone else's voice. Mr. Nobbles is here. And you're like, oh my god, where? Oh no, my spine's come out. Thank you, Mr. Nobbles. Mr. Nobbles. And he's polite. He's a polite lictor. It's like, hello, pleased to make your acquaintance. I'm Mr. Nobbles. I'm frightfully sorry, but I'm going to have to trouble you for your spine. It won't take a jiffy. Just one moment. I've definitely absolutely blitz the recesses in those bits. But maybe it's for the best. Maybe it's for the best. Although Agrax will punish me for covering up. Oh, hey, guys. On the subject of Agrax, I have put pen to paper with some lore about Agrax, right? I've got some pen to paper, right? I want to test out the lore. So we've got quite a lot of lore already. But I think that my servitor idea for saving Henry Cavill, I think I'm gonna take that back and use it. Not for he doesn't deserve it, you know. Cavill doesn't deserve my brain juice ideas, you know. So me and Mr. Nobbles are going to keep hold of that now. So I'm going to take that back. But I've actually written some stuff down. Let me just finish these layers, and then I'll use what's on the brush, and then we can. I'll read that to you because I wrote it down. So obviously, as soon as I write something down, I feel like I don't have to remember it, so I immediately forget it. But I'm going to go get that bit of paper. Right, so that's where we've got nothing. I've got nothing about the Agrax world, right? Now, there's definitely some lore available pre and post, excommunication, when he got kicked out, whatever. And so there's lots of opportunity there for model options, because you can have him just before he gets kicked out, which is sometime during not unification, when they're out in the galaxy bringing all the planets under their sway, but before the heresy. I don't know what that period is called, but so you've got him in that state, and you've got him post being kicked out, and then you've got him in 40k setting. So but Agrax himself will also have troops. Great Crusade. Thank you, Zan. Thank you. Great Crusade. I can't believe I forgot that. Check on the table. Oh, my legs. Okay, so what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get him in the middle of the road. So look how much I wrote. Look how many words I wrote. I did all these words, right? I don't want him to be too similar to any of the Primarchs. I don't want him to have too many similar traits to any of the Chaos Gods. But we've got some lore, right? But I'll keep painting as well. So, right, he has his first unit, right? Agrax is his first unit, and they are the. It might not be the Sons, because you've got Sons of Horus. So I've called it Sons of TAC 191, but it can't be Sons. I'm going to cross it out now because I've just remembered Sons of Horus. But it's something like Descendants, but that's no good. Descendants, right? Now TAC 191, TAC Table and Chums. Oh, you know what? I don't need the and Chums. We can be T191. So hopefully there's no T191, right? But T191 was Agrax's trusted servitor, right? But then in some moment, T191 saves Agrax, right? Saves him. Like, is integral to him getting away, right? Now, my idea that I had, is what if when he escapes, Agrax doesn't escape unscathed? Like, it's not just like he's like, oh, I'm going to leave this galaxy now. What if he only gets away by chance? And what if T191 is instrumental in saving? I like the idea of a servitor having like a moment of cognition and then doing something heroic. So yeah, T191 saves Agrax somehow from, and I guess it would have to be what's his name? Ferrus? Not Ferrus. What's the Space Wolfy Primarch? Because he's the executioner, right? Isn't he? He's the one sent to kill other Primarchs, and he killed the other one that got taken over by the, I want to say Zandri. Right? So So he doesn't escape unscathed, right? He gets hurt. Now my theory is, for some reason, I've even wrote lines, right? So my Agrax escapes after the first one's killed, and for some reason I wrote down, I know what you've done. I know what you've done, brother. Tell me, what would you have chosen? What would you have chosen? And I want the Space Wolf guy to be like, I would have not chosen this punishment, but I will see Father's will be done. Right? Leman Russ, that's the one. So in my own personal canon for Agrax, he doesn't want to kill him, but his duty to his dad, he is going to, right? And Agrax is no fighter. He's like an alchemist, right? He's no great warrior. Well, hang on. We need to just flesh out T191. So, another bit of Agrax's lore that I've written down is Agrax. He has a soft spot for neglected and broken things. So, I like the idea of him trying to tinker with obsolete servitors. And also, it means I get to kit bash servitors, right? So, I like the idea of that. So, just maybe he's been tinkering with one of his favoured servitors a little bit. And if he's all about the biological stuff that his dad forbade, and that's the reason that Russ is sent, because he said he would stop, but he didn't, then that could, in theory, allow us to have the T191 moment of cognitive ability. And it doesn't have to be much. It's just that... So what I was thinking, right... This is the lore so far. So being biologically, into his biology and all that sorts, the Emperor creates a specific weapon, right, to deal with him. Some kind of, I don't know, squirty juice that gets squirted on him and just rips him apart, like on the genetic level, right? And my theory is that at some critical juncture, T191 jumps into the fray, and either he just gets in between them and detonates himself, or just outright just plows into Manus and does nothing at all. Complete sacrifice, but the only thing he buys is a fraction of a second for Agrax to activate something that gets him away. So the question is, what? What would be... What? I mean, I don't know if a teleporter seems very easy, but my theory is that the weapon still hits him, at least in a reduced capacity. So it doesn't kill him outright, but it does him damage, so that he's just damaged on a genetic level. So no, this is Warhammer model. If only I could make stuff like this. Jeez, that would be amazing. So I've got that. That's where I've got with the lore. Now I was thinking like maybe Star Trek Voyager Phage, where he's constantly having to replace parts. But then I thought that's too close to decay. And then I thought maybe like on a genetic level, the weapon put his flesh in a state of flux so that it has to be constantly replaced. Yeah, failsafe program could be good. Just anything that forever endears the servitor to Lord Agrax, so that I can make servitor alien abominations. So he doesn't get off unscathed, but if his DNA is constantly in the state of flux, then I was like, that's too close to Zeech. And if he's constantly breaking down, that's too close to Nurgle. So then I thought, what if it was like, well, I don't know is but some kind of amalgamation of machine and flesh is required. I don't know what. Or in what capacity. But then I had another idea. Say this weapon that hit him instantly vaporized any kind of psychic ability he had. It destroyed his mind on a certain level, and so it completely wiped. He was no great psyker, but he had some. But it just completely shut all that down. And then if we tie the lore in with what we said about maybe the Tyranids were created by him, then what's the thing called with the Tyranids? Is it the shadow in the warp? Like it has no impact on the warp. So I thought maybe the shadow in the warp could have been him, uh, like uh, like that was his take on trying to create Gene Seed, and that was his gift, that his flaw, that he they have no psychic abilities, and they actually they cast a shadow instead. I don't know. This is just me like throwing a pen and paper around. So, is that a lot of lore? Is that too much? Yeah. Okay. Well, don't worry. I lose me as well. But that's everything I wrote down, I think. So that's where I got with the lore. That's what I'm thinking. I think it was Francois who actually came up with the idea of linking NIDS with it. What's a giant elder brain in the lore? But I do like the idea of him being like crippled in some way, like a crippled tinkerer. And that he's a bit bitter as well, but not too bitter because we don't want him to be like too close to Perturabo. So, but I think we've got something there potentially. But I really, really want him to not be at all too standy out as a Primarch. I want him to be very middle of the road. But Cripple's fine. Well, it's brand new. I've only just trotting this out, but if you want to fire away with any questions, then we will answer it with what lore we have currently been chewing over. Potentially, yeah, potentially the Tyranids are his answer to his dad telling him off. The idea is that this Primarch is the one that escaped, not the one that was killed. And we were just talking about his escape, but that his like Primarch perk was tinkering with biotechnology, right? That was his thing. So before his dad rocked up, he was all about the biotechnology and genetics and all that stuff. Now we know that that's the one thing the Emperor totally forbade. He was like, "No, you can't do this under pain of incredible naughtiness." And the law so far is that when the Emperor linked up with him, he promised the Emperor that he would stop, but he couldn't help the compulsion and he started tinkering again on the secret. That's what we're thinking. And then after he escaped, obviously, 10,000 years, that's a lot of time to bioengineer something. Did the Trigon I got? Sorry, Warden, I'm not sure. I do have a Trigon, if you want to see it. Oh, there goes that recess. I'm going to clean it. Come on, table. Let's pick up the pace here. You got a lot of Lictor to paint here. Let's crack on. Well, we're just making up lore. If you want to be too I mean, it's my love of the lore that's making me want to try and cook this up. Actually, if you know so much about lore, girl painting, you might be able to help me out with something. Where would I go if I wanted to get as much information as possible on the War of Unification and the Techno-Barbarians? Any descriptions or any accounts of those wars? Primarily, well, not primarily, but also when when the Thunder Warriors get done over. Where would I go to get lore on that? It's not really written. Well, that kind of helps me as well, doesn't it, really? Oh, another theory I had, right, is with that, what will kill the Tyranids is the Tyranids. Right? Now, this is my theory, right? So, they suffer the inherent genetic flaw of their dad, and that the biomass process of creating more is a net negative, like it's wasteful. So as a result, without continued progress, the system burns itself out. And then so I get to make a version of him when he visits Terra, because we know that he has one of those little houses by the lake underground. So we could have him in his splendor, and then we've got him when he's all mangled with the genetic juice all up him. So double Primarch Kitbash possibility. But the other thing is a unique weapon, because the Primarchs do love their unique weapons. What would his be? You know, what says biologist? What says genetic tinkerer? Not necessarily a warrior. Now, I know this looks very close to the Tyranid armor, but bear with me. It will be different. Oh! Discord, right, Freds? Yeah, I definitely... I'm just going to look now, actually. Can't not look at that. Thanks for the heads up, Freds. I will fire up Discord right now. Okay, let's see. Oh, holy hell, Warden! So you got sent something that wasn't meant for you? What? They sent you something by accident? Keep stung, buddy. Keep stung. No way. What? Well, I mean, that's a nice little bit of good news. I can get behind that. Yes, Thunder Warriors, too unstable, too uncontrollable, bigger, but a little bit psychotic, and they had to be dealt with. Yes. Space Marines, yeah, it's possible that the Space Marines and Primarchs could have suffered the same. That is true. They could have just been the galaxy-wide version of the Thunder Warriors. It's true. Tools, basically, tools. Yeah, The Last Church on Earth. I've read that. I really like that. And what I like about that is that potentially you could meld in any kind of religious iconography in with your techno barbarians. Wait, where did I don't see the Fred's Marines. Is it further up? I see Hormigants. Oh, mini channel. Okay, thank you. So many channels. Don't even know how to navigate my own Discord. Models and miniatures. A Tau. Oh. The Norn. Dear Lord, look at that beauty. How's he done it so fast? What the hell? Oh. The Terminator works perfectly, Warden. Another fantastic idea. Lovely looking Space Wolves. Tech Marine. Yeah, as for, oh dear God, I didn't realize. I didn't realize the cross section was so small. The level of detail on that sucker. Well, good job, Freds. That's above and beyond beautiful. Yeah, absolutely stunning stuff. Both of you, in fact, actually, that is beautiful. Freds has got some skills. He's really got some skills. It's nice that we know him with those skills because we can always hit him up for tips and pointers. It's very nice. And he happens to be a rather nice guy. You know, if he was a giant doucheberry or a big bottle of acetone, you know, we would probably suffer his wrath because of his skills. It's nice to have a place, isn't it? Nice to have a little place to hang out where you're not being friggin' judged, you know, and you can have just a dialogue, a discourse. And even though people on here disagree, you know, it's just conversation. You don't have to be like, my team, your team, now I hate you. No, we can actually have civilized conversation like humans without having to be so mad. You're not judged here, guys. You're not judged here. I mean, unless you're going out committing crimes, we might have to judge you a little bit for that. So what I'm going for is no harsh transitions, but I also don't want to just keep painting over the same surface every time. So at some point, it's going to have to start transitioning lighter. I'm trying to improve my skillies. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start mixing up with Troll's Teeth next. And we're going to go lighter with the stone, because I need to move away from the bright yellow of the Tyranid armor. That's what I need to do. So I'm going to go even lighter with some Troll's Teeth. Or better yet, I might try something else. Driftwood Brown. I'm going to try Driftwood Brown. Let's try something new. So I go Driftwood Brown, and then ink-wise, I might not necessarily even add ink. Let's try. Agrax Earthshade or Null Oil? That's a good question, though. pretty good question, actually. It took me by surprise. That is not took me by surprise. I wasn't expecting such an intelligent question from girl painting, frankly. No, it took me by surprise in that it's such a good question, regardless of the sender. I mean, if you put it like that, girl painting, it makes me sound like quite the Jezebel, doesn't it? If you're going to phrase it that way. Yeah. Yeah, maybe that's not the best not the best way to that table's a Jezebel. A Charlotte. Sorry, a harlot. Oh, which ones? Speaking of Space Marines, you know who needs another layer? Right, I think I've done that one. We're on the very last highlight of this base, actually, so I might just go ahead and hey Big Mac, and hey Chang. Yeah, Zichi at the moment, but if you try and imagine it, so these dark areas will go Cantor blue and have very, very dark highlights on. The light blue will get super bright, and the yellow plate will go super bright. That's just first layers. The closest bit to being actually done is this muddy portion on the legs, but it's not mud, it's the camo with the bit of base. But so we're just doing in some little cheeky edge highlights. I wasn't going to, because I'm trying to do silky smooth transitions, but I need a little bit of it jumping out just ever so slightly, just a little bit of pop, just ever so slightly. As long as I get it the same on the base as I do the legs, that's all I care about. So you can see that it's like, oh yeah, it's mimicking it, you know? What's that? A chaos? No, a contemptor, some warriors, and the Tau. Why does the Tau? Have you changed that Tau somehow, Freds? Yeah, I thought so. Something about it looked a little bit... I don't know what you changed. It just looks a little bit different to my one. Thanks, Leo. Yeah, so far so good. Well, I mean, like, so far so good. It's been going amazing, and I know I'm gonna love this guy. I already have the feeling like it's gonna be delicious. A top tip that I've created. I'm sure there's countless other people online who have done it and who do it, but I found it on my own. Which doesn't mean much. Is that I shone a light on him. And you can see that the light was coming from this direction. So I've got all of my going into camouflage sections that were lit up. And I marked it out with inks. So that way I don't have to worry about painting the lighting right. Because I have no idea how that works like naturally. So I just marked it out with inks. Before putting any paint on. So there's Table's top tips. Loads of people probably already know it. But I discovered it. Which is nice. I like making those little breakthroughs on my own without having to tutorial it, you know? It's really nice stumbling on these things. But like I say, I am not taking credit for being the only person to do that method. It's just something that I just happened to find. And I quite like it. We did it on the... is he still here? Is he on the display somewhere? No, we did it on the Chaos Beastman, who's not here currently. Okay, I'm not saying like they're silky smooth blends, right? All I'm saying is that I think I've blended this smoother than I usually do. So that's all I'm saying. I'm just trying to improve on the last one. And I think with the highlights, I still kind of like bold highlights, but these ones don't jump out so dramatically. And also, when they've dried a little bit, they look a little less. Hopefully. Brr. Couldn't agree more, Leo. We're all running our own race, you know? We're all running our own race, so we all move at our own speeds, and you're only competing with the last model you painted, you know? And once I realised that and accepted that, I've really been able to enjoy the hobby a lot. Because you can enjoy other people's progress, you know? You shouldn't think, oh, that's way better than mine. You can say, oh, that's way better than mine, but you are very much running your own race. I don't know what GoFundMe is, but like, I don't really need to, Big Mac. I've got a Patreon. They take a big chunk, so I wouldn't recommend them. I signed up years ago for Buy Me a Coffee, never been used. I mean, if you want to PayPal me at tableandchums.gmail.com, go ahead. But other than that, I don't need to sit down and... Because if I sit down and set up yet another account that never gets used, that's just time I could have been spending painting. Do you know what I mean? So, no, I don't think I do, Big Mac. But thanks for the suggestion. Right, I would say that those muddy legs are done to the best of my ability. Sure, I've got to paint the vent, the little vent tube and the little metal trim, but other than that, that's done. And I love it. I love these lictors. I definitely intend to get 2 more because you can have different variations. And I definitely intend to paint them in a similar style, but camouflaging in different ways, because then you can go nuts with the colours. That's going to be the way. Excuse me. Also, we've got this guy coming up as well. I can't wait to paint him. I'm super looking forward to it now we got the head right. The amount of detail is crazy. Thank God there's only one of them, not squad. Oh, here's a question. What colour is Tyranid blood? I have no idea. I don't know the answer to that one. I can get it for you. It's Reading Games. Yeah, Warden. Oh, hang on. Let me just continue. I don't have any skeletons. No skeletons. I would like to get the Tomb Kings, but make them look less Egyptian-y. That's what I'd like. Warden, let me know if you want to get me to get my Trigon. Now, the Trigon is very early table Tyranid paint scheme. It's very early, but it's like a slice of the past. But I'll get it. Yeah, okay, I'll get it for you. Let me just do the Titus Slayer, and I'll get it for you next. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll crack it out. It's a lovely model, but, I mean, as it's an early Trigon, I kind of regret how I chose to assemble it. But at the time, it was a real push on the old painting skills. It was a bit of a challenge. I'll grab it for you. It's easy to find. Warden, it's a fun model. It's a fun model. It's a fun model. It's not particularly hard on the assembly. It's a good model. But I'll get mine for you. Right, Titus layer done. Looking good, Titus. Looking very good. Right, just 1 second. I'm going to get the Trigon. But remember, this guy's a few years old now. He's very early Tyranid paint scheme discovery. Let me find him. Oh, I might as well get a Megaforce as well while I'm at it. Did I speak too soon saying it was easy to spot? It's a big box. It should be... Oh, I put it in the display cabinet. There we are. Right. So there it is. And for scale, let's give you a Terminator. And just, we put the Terminator there. So there's the Terminator base for base, size difference. Now, with mine, I gave it the smaller limbs. Do you know what? Now I'm looking at the limbs, I'm not so unhappy with it. But that's the it's the limbs of one variant, because I wanted it to be more tunnely than swipey. So that's what I went for in the end. It's a lovely model. It's a lot of fun to paint. Don't have any bananas. Maybe this is... We need something universal so you know the scale. So we need something that everyone recognises. A can of Megaforce. There we go. Everyone knows the size of a can of Megaforce. There's your scale. The drink everyone knows, but no one wants, but yet they do. It's a terrible beverage, but you can't stop drinking it. But yeah, it's a lovely model, and you get some lovely, nice extra parts as well. Thanks. This is how it ended up. This is the paint scheme that I like, but I've kind of had trouble replicating this again. But we're getting there. We're working our way back to it. But that's the one I like. I like that I use a crappy brush, and so where the ink goes on the armor, that becomes the flesh color. I didn't want it to be too uniform, if that makes sense. That's why it's like the armor isn't the dividing line in places. I like that a lot because it's organic, you know. Wait, we got another construct. Oh, girl painting, don't lie. Everyone knows Megaforce. Everyone knows it. It's absolutely delicious. It's absolutely delicious, providing you drink it within 4 minutes of opening it. Ugh. Oh. Yum. No, it's not sold in your country. You're not allowed it. You don't deserve it. Right, so what I'm thinking is, Cantor Blue, a little bit of this ink, Drakenhof Nightshade, and a bit of Abaddon. That's what I'm thinking. I'm going to mix that up, and that's going to be the first layer of the dark camouflagey bit. That's a massive amount of Abaddon. What am I doing? Big Mac back with the classics. Not making any sense, not relevant to the conversation whatsoever. Let me guess, you've done some big business with Led Zeppelin. When I say mixing with ink, oh, sorry, it's a shade. It says shade. There's a bit of Agrax on there. Shade. Drakenhof, Nightshade, Shade. I don't mix with water anymore. I don't use water to thin my paints ever, never, ever again. It's all about using a shade or a contrast or something. Never, ever will I use water again to thin my paints. Yeah, I discovered it with a yellow, and it turns out you can use it with everything. I love it. Never, ever changing that. Yeah, did I mention it was a shade? Nightshade, Gradadalf, Drakenmouth Nightshade shade. Just for Freds. I mean, shade, ink, contrast, it's all the same thing, isn't it? Let's be honest. There's no difference between them. Water. Blah! No. No. Water be gone. You're not allowed round these parts. I'm never using water ever again. Never, ever will I use water again. What's wrong with water? It's mostly a pigment issue. I feel like the water reduces the amount of pigment per splodge of paint on brush, so the contrast adds liquidity and additional pigment. That is my theory, and so help me, I'll die on that hill. And who cares if it's a placebo? Who cares if I say it does and it doesn't? If I believe it and I feel like it makes me a better painter, then just maybe give Table that placebo. Just let him just believe that it's the case. We might have a contender here for a colour scheme for Genestealers as well. Potentially. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess if you put it logically and rationally like that, you know, like a well-rounded human being making a cognitive and correct statement, you could say that. But I would respond with, no, I don't. No, I don't. I don't want water. Oh, no, maybe I've got rabies. I've got hydrophobia. That wouldn't be so good. If I'm at the hydrophobia stage, I'm done. Thanks. It's possible. I mean, you know, what's Table got against water? Well, I mean, like, they had to take out some ingredients because, you know, they had to fit all that wild power in and all of the strong, you know? Kong is like 54% wild power, 68% Kong strong, you know, strong. And 4% Kong. So that's easily like, what, at least 76% of the drink. So it's the wild power, you know. And the side effects of Kong strong consumption are minor. There's grotescanism, big face enlargenitis, and belly and groin galvanization stitus. And so they're all very minor side effects from Kong strong wild power. Speaking of which, I think I'm just going to have a little guzzle with my Megaforce. Megaforce is easy. It's 50% Mega, 50% Force. Oh, it's called Megaforce because your body wants to reject it on every sip, but it forces its way down. I think Fred has hit the nail on the head there. I am a connoisseur of awful energy drinks. However, despite the fact that I'm a connoisseur of awful energy drinks, and I drink some awful ones, I will never, ever, ever in my life ever drink a Prime. No way. No way would I ever consume a Prime. Nope. No. Never. You gotta have standards, you know. So help me, I'll drink Diet Pepsi off the pavement. Yeah, if someone spills some Pepsi Max on the pavement, I'll drink that. I'll drink Coke Zero off a public toilet door handle. But so help me, I wouldn't lower myself to drink a Prime. Oh no! Someone spilt some Mountain Dew in that urinal. Prime? Ugh! How dare you? How dare you suggest I do such a thing? Yeah, it's not for everyone. It's not for the rational. It's not for the rational campfire. It's not for the rational at all. The thing is, right, YouTube doesn't choose. I've stopped saying it. I don't believe I have to worry about what the highlight's going to be. Because it just doesn't choose it. Like, one of the highlights was the countdown to the death whistle, but not the death whistle itself. So I feel like the really good bits don't ever make highlights. So, yeah, go figure. I'm not even remotely worried about the highlights anymore. I don't even check them anymore because I just expect it to be like, yeah, can we get that image in Discord, please? Oh, what a highlight! Thanks, YouTube. That's really gonna tempt people into watching. Oh, the suspense. Yeah, I guess that's maybe what YouTube was doing. I tell you what as well, guys. Something else I'm realizing from streaming. something else I'm realizing, right? I am. Remember last week I was saying I don't even feel the need to take the blue tack off to check the stats, like the views and stuff. Remember I was saying that I've stopped feeling the need to check that? Well, I've also now I've noticed that I don't even necessarily really care about the numbers in Biginating anymore. Don't get me wrong, I care very much that the thing explodes and then we get to buy all the lovely things that we always wanted, you know? That would be lovely. But as far as like the day-to-day, it's more about I've got to get this short done so I can turn the stream on. Do you know what I mean? Well, maybe don't. But I've noticed a shift in how I think. I don't really care about the embiggenating of the numbers anymore. It's either like numbers big enough for the nice things or not. You know, it's not like I have to tune in all the time. And I quite like that. I quite like not being obsessed with the numbers. I can't get this line to be gradual. I have to figure something out with that. It's really nice. It's a nice place. Bacon and beer. I would, if we could just... Thanks, Girl Painting, but I smell a little bit of a porky pie there. I don't think that's entirely true. But wouldn't that be lovely if we could just say, do you know what, guys, this weekend, plane tickets on me. Let's go fly somewhere and go for bacon and beer, and then we can go to a model shop somewhere and I'll get you a box of something. Is that not just insane? But it's not that insane when you think about, there's channels out there that have the means to do such silly things. You know, just take you to a model shop. But the problem is, if we do end up meeting in Vegas, I am going to have to wrestle Greco. Kind of stuck myself in a corner on that one. Now, if I refuse, I will seem like less of a man. I must wrestle Greco in a restaurant of all places. Who knows? And the beauty of it, Girl Painting, is I won't know because I blue tack over all that stuff now. So if it explodes, I won't know. And I love that. I love not knowing. It just lets me just focus on what's important, which is the painting. So, do I have a model that I'm looking at? Is this one of those if there was a budget, no budget? Oh, hey, remember, Warden, that I said I almost broke my fast of buying Warhammer with the Nemesis Dread Knight thing for €30. It's gone down to 25. Not that I'm going to buy one. I don't want to buy one. I only want to buy it because it's cheap, so that's why I didn't break my fast. Oh, there's a Primark question. We were talking about counts. 666 viewers. It's not that I don't want to answer, Girl Painting. Please, you're new. Let me explain. Table don't brain so good, right? I don't gosh darn do the brain in good sometimes. So please don't give in to paranoia and think I'm ignoring you if I don't answer a question. 99% of the time, it's because I didn't see it, and then the other 1% is because I hate you. So the odds are in your favor, okay? You're in the 99% on this particular one. What was the Primark's question? Go. Ask your question. Let me guess. If you could be any Primark, what Primark would you be? Yes. If I like you enough, I will start calling you by other people's names. It's like, in my brain, it's like, you are a person I like. Use a name of someone I like. I'm intrigued about this Primark question now. I'm super geared up to read it. Please, don't take offense. Please just ask your question. I'm not trying to upset you. Oh no, Girl Payton's gone. I have failed again socially. Ven's been around since very early days. And let's not forget Ven doing all of that, inviting people to the Discord stuff. Girl Painting, I don't think the question showed up. because I just read through your messages. So if it was after the 666 views, it hasn't popped up. I guess that's another reason. So 98%, I've missed it. 1%, it didn't show up. 1%, I hate you. Okay, so I never knew Rowboat Girly Man fitted together so well. I always refer as to Rebooty Booty Girly Man, but Rowboat Girly Man's nice. But I think Peter Turbo wins by a mile. I think Peter Turbo is because you can be PT Turbs, you know, you can abbreviate it. Peter Turbo. Oh yeah, only the first half. There's going to be some more names. So far, Peter Turbo's in the lead. Did I even answer Warden's question? I don't think I did. So I'm thinking. I feel like I'm kind of leaning towards single models. I'm leaning that way. I don't know. I think I've got enough squads because I've got all those Saturnine Terminators. I've got all the regular Terminators. So I don't know if I'm squads kind of guy at the moment. Robo Girly Man is robot. Yeah, it's good, but Robot's good as well. Crow. If you could say crow, you know, like crow, like if you could say it like that, and then someone say, no, it's crow. And you'll be like, excuse me? I think you'll find the pronunciation is crow. If you could do that, then that's my favourite so far. Lemon Rust is alright. Speed Daddy is too close to Puff Daddy. Yeah, I don't, none of those jump out. I would go. I mean, Big E is always a good one. I don't know. I'm indecisive now. They must have been quite good because they've thrown me off my original decision. I'm not sure. It's hard to pick just one. Yeah, it's really good. Actually, Freds, quite the opposite is true. I don't want to ever have an ego. I forever want to be grounded. So, frankly, I always enjoy being insulted because being English, right? If someone's comfortable enough to insult you to your face, then in English world it says, "Ah, this is my friend," because they feel they know me well enough and know how I will react to call me something horrible to my face. That's just how I was raised. Yeah, side table, not the main event table. Yeah, something like that. Thank you, Freds. I appreciate. Yeah, that's exactly what I want. Um, in a perfect world, it would be like that table. He's a bit weird, but he's not arrogant. At least he's all right. I think the best I could hope for. Oh, that table. He's all right in small doses, but you wouldn't want to. You wouldn't want to spend a weekend with the guy. That's how I feel. That's how I feel my friends talk about me behind closed doors. He's all right, but You wouldn't want to spend more than a weekend with him. That's honest to God, that's how I think my friends think about me. Because I can be a bit much, because I get a bit animated when I get into something. So, and if I'm amused with a joke, I will kind of run with it for too long. But yeah, I don't want to be arrogant. If I ever, guys, you have my permission to like track me down and stick me in some dungeon somewhere. If I ever mutter the words, seriously, do you know who I am? If I legitly say that to someone, lock me away forever, guys. If I ever do that, don't you know who I am? Then you know that table has gone astray and heresy has been committed. Put me in the black cells. Just put me in the black cells. 100%. Oh, no, I've definitely gone over the 4 minutes. Oh God. Sweet Jupiter, that's awful. Yeah, don't you know who I am? I'm the man who invented putting contrast in my paint. I invented that. Now let me in, you. Oh, what? Oh, they've stopped serving breakfast. Oh, terribly sorry. I'll be on my way then. But I did invent the contrast thing, you know, old boy. Don't you know who I am? I eat paint, I'll have you know. Now let me in, you peasant. Here's a thing as well. So what I do it, right? Yeah, when we're Supermassive channel, I would create an energy drink of my own that is awful, right? And we would have our own version of the Red Bull games, but where Red Bull pumps more and more money into doing these amazing events, the energy drink that I create, it will be awful, awful, awful events, getting progressively worse. You know? Like, how much mud can you throw at this grandma? You have 20 seconds. Grotty drink games. Watch out, she's trying to make a run for it. Knock her down. More mud. You know, like just terrible games. Table filth. I mean, if we left the table bit out of it, we could go for filthy scum, and then we get to have some. I don't know what could be the name. We could just call it regret. Filthy regret. No, it's not catchy enough. Needs one less or one more syllable. I don't know which one. Chum Guzzler. That's such a disgusting name. It's perfect. You can imagine now the adverts for it. Chum Guzzler, get it down your neck. Like dead aggressive advertising. You don't want it, drink it. Just choke it down. Chum Guzzler, choke it down before anyone sees the filth you drink. Did Warden say he might end up a Red Bull sponsor? No. Hey, Big Mac with some actual... So he says, the trick in life is to never chase your dreams because you will always be chasing the finish line that never exists. Big Mac, that's an interesting point. I will add that my new catchphrase of choice is do more than nothing. Just do no more than nothing. You know, like if you want to sit on your buns all day and eat pie, just get up and walk around a little bit. Just do more than nothing. And then you're only trying to race. You're only racing with yourself. I love that one. Another one I really like is I'm just trying to impress the guy in the mirror or girl. I like that one a lot. Just do more than nothing. More than nothing. I like that. Why do we have to have a shark logo for Chum Guzzler? Could we not just have like someone's face on the bottle, just like in a state of pain, like just like, you know, like they've just took a big slurp? Full Grin is pretty good. I'm going to be honest. Did Nothing Wrong is also like, I think they're too good. I haven't reacted because they're too good. Full Grin is really good. And we all know, Did Nothing Wrong. We all know that one. Oh, Big Mac would love that. Isn't there a show about big business called Awful People Who Call Themselves Sharks? Isn't it? Something like that. You would think, okay, so you would think, right? Just say, right, you're a big businessman, right? And you've got to the top of whatever it is, the capital pyramid, right? And you've got like fabulous house, more than one boat, private jet, all of this stuff, right? And you've got it by being this despicable human being and screwing over people wherever you can to snuffle up as much money as you possibly can. Why don't you ever think at a moment, do you know what? I can ease off on being this kind of person. Maybe I'll invest some time into being a better one. But no, it just seems to be without end. It's like, what, you're just gonna be this awful creature right up until you peg it. I don't understand it. I feel like it should be limited. You should limit them, because I think that they're so greedy they can't stop. So I feel a bit sorry for them being so greedy guts. Like it's like a compulsion. And being a bit of a victim to compulsions as well, I can kind of relate. I feel like they need to be looked after. I think they like need a hug, or something, or some kind of, I don't know. Shark Tank's awful. It's like, I love your business. I love it. Yeah, I'll give you $10 for 95% of your company. You won't get a better deal. Or at least that's how I feel the show goes. Much like, what's the other one that's awful? Is it Pawn Stars? Where he's like, oh, I want to sell this second copy of the Declaration of Independence, with hand signatures. Let me just go to next burden to see how much this is worth. Yeah, so this item is practically priceless, but if we were to put a monetary amount on it, it'd be $150 million. Fantastic. Thanks, Mr. Specialist Man. Right, now that he's been, I'll give you $10. You know, it's awful. Some of them try to undercut each other in the you're being greedy way. Yeah, I mean, everyone's being a little greedy guts. But just maybe they need a little help. I think maybe they need a little help. I think they can't control it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And you know what? I would, not only would I create a grotty energy drink, I'd create one of those awful, what do they call it? Like the businessman's club, where, you know, you can pay a monthly fee, like $79.99, and you'll be given unique business insights into big business. I'd sell one of those scams as well. Like, we have 100 new slots in the super business entrepreneur business. Business Academy. Learn the secrets that made me a gazillion bucks. Yes. No refunds. Yeah, every month I send out an email abusing them. Be like, you didn't cancel your subscription in time. You just giving away your money. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's what I do. I feel there's a I feel like there's a joke in there somewhere. I'd be like, start your free trial today, but I won't mention that the free trial lasts like half a second, and then you immediately build for the next year. So it'd be like, try your free trial today. Free trial expired. You have been billed. Yeah, otherwise known as cosmic space dollars. Yeah, they are incredibly valuable, and you can only get them through my business class. On a slightly different note, on talking about things I've noticed about live streaming, what's increased is my desire to get on and sit down and live stream, and then I finding it increasingly more difficult to tear myself away. Like we get to the 3 hour mark, and I'm like, I don't want to go. I've noticed that both of these things have increased. Like I can't wait to get on, and I don't want to go. Yeah, yeah, it's about right. Yeah, about three. Yeah, I don't know how you got a currency converter, but yeah, that's pretty much exactly right. I'll be honest. I haven't been going full speed on painting this guy. I haven't. I've just been enjoying. Maybe that's a speed increase thing that I've got full speed and then I've got like leisure speeds now. I've got different speed variants rather than just takes absolutely ages to do everything. I can, if I choose to, speed it up. Favorite food in Finland? It's called quark. Yeah, I think it's just curd. I think comes in these pots, and I can't stop eating the stuff. But Finland's it's got a lot of different foods, a lot of fishes, a lot of pickles, a lot of sauces. I don't eat breakfast. Yeah, I don't eat at breakfast. I can't get over how beautiful this model is. So typically, Warden, if it's a workout day, I'll eat about. I'm normally done. I normally eat around 11:10. But if it's a non-workout day, I eat after 2. That's the usual plan. The old cold northern Michigan climate. What's ZYNS? Zines? What's zines? Oh, are they the things that you stick under your gums, on your gums, or are they actual patches you put on your skin? Oh, okay. Multiple choice question, and the answer is yes. The gums. Okay. Yeah, they have a shed load of nicotine in them, and they make you dribble awful. I met an Estonian guy once, and he used them so much that because they have like a little bit of acid on them, like they melt a little bit of your skin, they burn a little bit so that nicotine can go in. Well, he'd used them so much that he could stick his finger up through the layer that attaches his gum to his upper lip, so he could stick it up towards his nose. Yeah, he was able to stick his finger right up there. It was pretty gruesome. But everything in moderation. Burp. Yeah, he loved the things. If you guys haven't already slapped a like on, if you're willing to help me achieve the goal of being able to sit here all day, every day, and be paid to do it, that would be marvelous. If we could just bump that ad revenue up, then yeah, I'd certainly thank you. Very much so. It would definitely put me in the good graces of my beloved wife as well. Yeah, that's the goal. Can we just slap a little cheeky like on there, help table out? That's the dream, guys. 8-hour streams without the constant stress. Yeah, I think that might be a good time to ease up. But coming off nicotine is a harsh one. That's a toughie. It's incredibly addictive. But you can come off it. I used to smoke cigarettes, believe it or not. It's just, yeah, getting paid to do something you love. The thing is, right, with work, like, every job I've ever worked has been miserable, right? It's just been miserable. And it's minimum wage, right? So every job I've worked has been minimum wage and it's miserable. And it's like, everywhere I've been raised and how I've been raised, everyone around me, anyone who's an adult defines themselves by their job, right? And that's how they equate their self-worth. It's like, I am this job, this is where my worth is. So what does that tell me? Like, if my self-worth is my job and every employer I've ever had has paid the absolute minimum where they're forced by law to pay me that amount, where's your sense of self-worth in that? So, geez Louise, if I'm going to be miserable, so help me, I'm going to try and turn something I really love into a job. But I don't even like calling it a job because it certainly doesn't feel like a job. Do you know what I mean? I'm trying to live the dream. And it's a dream I'm sure a lot of people can relate to. Although Big Mac's going to come down on me now because I use the D word. And he's going to be like, you shouldn't chase your dreams. Ironically, Warden, my self-worth is how I treat other people. Which is a little bit ironic, considering that I'm a little bit name-calling at times. But believe it or not, that's my go-to. That's where I put my self-worth, that I can, and that I can be happy for other people having good news. That's where I put, like, I have that ability, and like I don't just hate people for having a different opinion to me as well. That's another one. But it's a toughie, especially when everyone around you is like, my job, my car, blah, 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 blah. It's like I can't relate. I can't relate to that. So, do you know what's really embarrassing? This is a real embarrassing story, right? So, inevitably, in adult conversation, the job comes up, the question comes up, so what do you do? Right? What do you do? Huh? What do you do? And you know when an adult's asking you that question, that they've just got a stonking good question lined up, right? And I've just had enough of saying, oh, yeah, I'm unemployed, Because they just look at you and it's like, oh, I know that look. Yep, I know that look. Okay, you got me. So in my cringiest of moments, I said, oh, I can't really talk about my job. I've signed an NDA. And I was like, why am I doing that? Why am I doing that for their benefit? It was one of my lowest moments. I was just so incredibly embarrassed by myself. Like, why did I feel the need to lie about it? It sucks. It sucks, man. So there's a little story for you. Being nice is, yeah, it should be. It should be. It should be for a lot of people, but the issue is that it seems to be a lesson that not everybody learns. Quick to anger as well. Not being quick to anger. That's a valuable trait. Keeping a cool head. Keeping a cool head. That's a good trait. Not being too quick to judge or to anger. I don't know how people haven't realized that doing nice things feels good for you too. So it's not even like being nice feels nice. I don't how maybe people just they're not wired the same way, because we're all different, I guess. Complacency, yeah, it's a toughie. I just try to do better, a little bit better than the last day. Just tiny improvements, more than nothing. Improve more than nothing. Tiny benefits. Race with yourself, more than nothing. It's tough. It is tough. The trouble is, unemployment in Finland at the moment is at an all-time high, and the industry that I worked in, construction, has been especially badly hit. So it's tough times. I'm not going to do more blue down there. So what have we got? This arm? Yeah, this arm next. Oh, there's a little bit in there, actually, that needs doing. He is. He's working. Oh, he is working on something. He's working on a... Yeah, sorry for too much real-life stuff. Sorry about that. I apologise. He's working on a gun, and I didn't get the answer if it was an Elder Titan gun or just a regular Titan gun. Or neither, actually. Yeah, I didn't get an answer on that. Oh, it's an Elder one. Thank you. Appreciate that. Did you manage to find someone with a 3D printer in the end? Oh, we never got an update on that. Ah, thanks. But I can't call you Zan anymore. I'm going to forget the name Zan, so I have to remember. I'm going to call you... Can I call you Tropic? Is that all right? That's kind of catchy. Yeah, I remember. I remember Zan. I remember. I said So, yeah, I'll call you Tropic, I think. Tropic. I remember, yeah, don't worry. Zan slash Tropic with fantastic Tyranids. Hard to forget those Tyranids, frankly. They are just delicious. Hey, Mint. Mint responsible for the yellows. The yellows. The Iron Warrior yellows. But the question is, I've just had a horrible thought. Did Mint tell me the idea of mixing contrast in? Maybe it's... wouldn't that be a twist and a half if it wasn't actually me that discovered it? Mint told me and I just stole it for myself. Oh my, I hadn't even considered that. Mint, did you tell me about mixing contrast in with yellow? Dear God, that would be a real side swipe. Ah, okay. Okay, so it was me. I thought for a second I had just poached someone's idea and then conveniently forgot that it was someone else's idea. Ah, could you imagine that? What a twist that would be. I've missed some blue on this Talon. Just noticed that. So what I'll do is I'll do this side and then fix that. Oh, bloody hell. That's a lot of blue. Yeah, I'm going to fix that now, actually, before I forget it. So what was it? It was Arian Blue, and then the ink was that... Oh, it should be on the executive shelf. Yeah, it is. There it is. So yeah, I'm going to mix up some of this. Oh, I haven't been blessed with Deathwing Knights. Dark Angels colors and Deathwing colors. I don't have any tips. However, does anyone else know how? Wait, hang on a second. You're in luck, Mint. Francois has loads of Dark Angel stuff, and he usually comes out with some pretty good advice. In fact, he's pretty close to flawless as far as advice and tips have been concerned. Yeah. Well, Francois, are you here? Deathwing Knights. We got a little bit of a question for you. Hopefully he's here. Yeah, exactly. 65,000 points of Dark Angels. I can only imagine what that looks like. I'd love a photo. Francois really likes Dark Angels. Well, not just Dark Angels. He listed them all off pretty early on. Actually, he rattled off a list of everything he has. It's shockingly big. I can't even comprehend how he stores it all. If only, Lisa. It's a Warhammer 40,000 Lictor, but it does look a little bit tentacly, doesn't it? Ah, there you go, Mint. You're good. There you go. He's got the goods. I'm going to screenshot that, actually. I need that too. Hang on a second. Yes, I can do a screenshot. Fantastic. Thank you, Francois. That's also helped me. Can you also put in, if you were willing to, the color combination for Dark Angels? Because I want to write it down on a list for when I eventually do buy some paints. Because this guy, now that I know I can dash outside and base coat, I feel like it's time to tackle my first Primarch. And I feel like I want to just nail the colors straight away with him. Because I know he's going to be a beauty. And I've improved a lot. He's not so intimidating to me now. There's definitely a point where you cross a line where you're like, I really want to paint that, as opposed to I'm dreading painting that. No, I don't have any Catan, unfortunately. No, I like the idea of them, but I don't have any. Just because you don't often find them on the second-hand market, frankly. Necron Warriors, because of the Indomitus box, you still find loads of those kicking about. But, yeah, the Catan, you don't often find them second-hand. Like, buying stuff that you can get cheap really does dictate my hobby. So, yeah, no Catan. But to be honest, the new Catan, they've got a lot of really bendy, breaky bits. So I'm not even sure I would get one now if I could. Is there actually any dark blue left to do on this guy? Ah, okay, one pokey bit. Yeah, I mean, it's a nice idea, but I'm not going to commit that time to foraging. I've got other things to occupy my time than buying minis. I'm really going all out on the painting stuff. We're over 100 hours now. We're going for 1,000. I'm kind of super into this and the streaming. So I think that's enough for me for now. I don't need to schnuffle out bargains. Although before mid-October last year, schnuffling bargains was what was sustaining me. But now it's just about getting stuff painted. Yes, Warden, exactly right, Titus. I'm just gonna finish the blues on this last, I don't even know what you call this bit, pokey bit. And then we can go from there. No, he's not suffering. He's having the time of life. He's doing his duty. 500 layers, Tropic. 500 layers. Not one layer less, not one layer more. And then what we're going to do is we're going to sell him for $1 million, probably to Henry Cavill. 500 layers. That's the goal. He will see his duty done. What started as a joke quickly escalated into 500 layers of paint on a single model. What would be really cool is, I mean, we're not going to be able to do it because he's going to sell for $1 million. But what I'd really like to do is like put him on a precision saw and cut it in half, and then we could see the layers from a side section. I'd love to do that, but I mean, I'm not going to cut apart $1 million miniature, frankly. Sorry, €1 million miniature. We are in Europe after all. Oh, you've got an airbrush. Well, first of all, congratulations. Second of all, I can't help with airbrushing. Anyone here airbrushy that knows a few things about airbrushing that can help out Mint? Don't worry, Mint. We get you squared away with some help. There's people on here that will help you, I'm sure. Okay, Tropic with not the most helpful comments. Oh, is it only KS? Okay, my bad. Okay, right, Titus. It's funny you say that about skills, Francois, because I remember that you said you poo-pooed stamping plates, and you said, "Oh no, I don't rely on stamping plates. I use skills." And then we had a conversation about using transfers on a model. Now, arguably, you could probably make a case that putting a transfer on is more difficult than a stamping plate, but I feel like they might be pretty equal. That's a nice question, guys. What would be easier, stamping? Well, no one's been using the stamping plates. How do we get on with transfers? There's my question. I'm never going to touch them. I found them too fiddly and too easy to mess up. How do we feel about transfers? Titus. He needs a Calgar blue. Don't worry about it, Tropic. It's fine. Ah, see, I told you he was smart. I told you he was smart. Didn't even see that answer coming, but that completely trumps any kind of comparison. That one line completely trumps it. Told you he was smart. I did say. Hey, Judd. Judd. That is also true, but you've. I mean, like, I completely defer to your point. Like you won me over on the first point, Francois. You won me over on the very first point. Actually, I'm gonna retract my first request for when, as and when we get the light of the Emperor shone upon us. I'm gonna ask for blue paint first. When Warhammer says, when Games Workshop say, "What do you need?" I'll be like, "Blue paint, please." That's gonna be request number one because we're half getting through it. But it's nice to actually be getting through a tub of paint for a change. We might actually even finish one. I'm gonna get it through sponsorship, saving money. Titus is coming along nicely. We're definitely making our way now. He's gonna be a brute of a model. He's gonna be an absolute monster. Yeah, table sponsored by Blue. It's glorious. Yeah, he's on a new base now, Juds. Oh, don't you say that, Fran. No, I'm not going to believe that for a second, Francois, because I saw how very. I don't. For those of you that haven't seen this Lamenta, it's delicious. It's nowhere near 500 coats. If anything, it's got some rather lovely. Oh, he might have done 500 thin coats. Okay, but if you get a chance to have a look at it, it's really, really, really good. It's well worth having a look at. It's delicious. So I need to blend up this Arian Blue and ink mix with Bararoth. All right, Francois. But no, on a serious note, it is really, really good, guys. It's well worth seeing. But there's a difference, right? There's 500 layers on anything else. And then there's 500 Titus layers, which is one Titus layer is way better than any other layer. Yeah, he's definitely getting there. I must remember to put paints back on the executive shelf as well. It's a hard one to say. I'm really enjoying Iron Warriors at the moment, but I don't think I have a favourite. Yeah, it's a tough one. I don't like Night Lords because I don't like the bat heads, but I like their lore. So yeah, it's a little bit of a toughie, that question, actually. I've got a bit of a soft spot for Blood Angels, but I think that's only because I like Sanguinus so much. what's it? Minotaurs? Is it Minotaurs? The ones that deal with that operate under the Lords of Terror. Those ones. And there's another Marine chapter that likes to just snuffle after stuff for the Mechanicum. Wah! Oh no! Look what I just did. I just painted this guy. I just painted his tentacle. Oh no! I've never accidentally painted another model before. Jeez Louise. I have never done that. Not ever. I thought I was finished with him. Right, I think I'll move you somewhere else. Jeez. You can go up there. When Grey Knights get a scale adjust, I think they're going to be delicious. Yeah, they have arrived. We just hit a minor roadblock, but they have arrived and they're excellent. I will show you this, Judd. No, Lord Null. We can now make Lord Null Marines, or Lord Null anything, frankly. So anyone spouting the logo of Lord Null, there it is. There's Lord Null's sigil. We now can produce troops. Obviously, they're going to have a lot of Null oil on them, but there we have it. Lord Null. He's there. Ironically, that glue is also on the list. Okay, so I need to get the terminology right with grilled cheese. Grilled cheese is, I mean, I think Americans cook grilled cheese in a frying pan, right? Is that what you mean by grilled cheese? I've noticed that I've been rubbing some of the paint off this arm. Some of the bits of that I've already painted have gone white again. Well, surely a grilled cheese is like ham and cheese, right? But I know exactly how I make mine. I didn't know it was grilled cheese. We call it French toast, but it's the same thing. Oh my god, I'm missing out on something here. So what's a grilled treat? Wait, what's going on? What's a grilled cheese then? Does it have no ham? No, just cheese? Okay. Yeah, okay. You might have noticed I'm no cook. Okay. First of all, I need to know what a grilled cheese actually is. Whoa, mint. Yeah, we're going back a while. Yeah, Dante's done. The power axe isn't so good, but the rest of him's done. There he is, Dante. 6 hours those wings took. Can't believe that. 6 hours. But yeah, he's finished, and I'm super pleased with him. We went for simple in the end. But yeah, I like him. I even entered him in what's it called? Squidmar Miniatures painting competition. I entered him. Then recommended I should. Not the model or anything. He just said, hey, why don't you actually do something and enter? So, you know, in the interest of doing stuff actually in the real world, I entered. Yeah. Thanks for the tip, for the push on that, then. Not too many. Maybe. I mean, I've been painting a lot of big stuff, so maybe 20. Not too many. Not as many as I'd like, frankly. We had a little bit of a lull because I didn't have any Nids on the go. I had some little stuff that wasn't base coated and some big stuff that was painted. So we had a little bit of a gap where I wasn't painting any Tyranids. Yeah, I have surprisingly few Tyranids actually, for someone who likes them so much. Yeah, that's a good point. Not many at all. Leviathan box, and oh, actually no, I've got a few. Leviathan box, Combat Patrol, the Start Collecting box, the really old one, and then a few second-hand Tyrant Guard. So I actually have quite a few, but they need a little bit of, like the second-hand Tyrant Guard. The reason I got the Combat Patrol is that I want to use the Tyrant Guard new ones to fix some of the broken parts on the second-hand ones. But yeah, the Tyrant Guard I'm looking forward to. I like those. I think they've got a certain feel to them that's all their own. They're essentially, I kind of see them as like Tyranid Terminators, and I do like Terminators. Do it, Freds. Yeah. If they're the right people, they will thank you immensely. I'm sure they will. I don't know why I said if they're the right people. They definitely will be giddy as schoolgirls to receive such a prestigious gift. Mini, there's no amount of questions. There's no top limit. You ask as many as you want. Yeah. You ask as many questions as you want, buddy. Don't you worry. That's the whole point. Any tips for people here? Yeah, tips. Be here and put me on in the background. Help me out and paint some models. And then whenever you get stuck and want to ask a question, you can just chime in and someone will help you. I can't give better advice than that, frankly. I think that's the way to go. I'm really messing up these little underbutt ridges, but I'm not gonna worry about them too much. Freds, again, absolute pleasure. I will catch up with you some other time, buddy. I don't know if there's a daytime stream tomorrow because I have to cook tortillas for some of the kids' friends that are coming over. There might only be an evening stream. It might not be Doble tomorrow. So, but what I'll do is I'll not do the Instagram stream and I'll come on here for the evening. But yeah, catch you later, buddy. Have a good time at work. Hopefully. I feel like this I should ink again a little bit because that recess is a little bit white in those recesses. I think maybe, just maybe, it could benefit from a little bit of cheeky ink in there. Yeah, I think these bits need a little bit of ink TLC. But that was one. That didn't actually take that long to do, actually. I think we're going to get these blues done before the end. Cool looking flame effect for Thousand Suns. Well, I always feel like Thousand Suns is like warp fire. So in theory, you could get away with using any color, in my opinion. It doesn't have to be fire. But then again, Flamers of, what are they called? Flamers of Zeech, those demons, they might have to be fire. But you can always paint what you want. Fire effect, guys. What do we think? Zeech, warp fire or stick with fire colors? There you go, hot pink and yellow warp fire. Have we? Have we finished the first layer of blues? I think we have. Now that's a little bit of a transitional layer that I've tried to slap on there. So let's give it a test. Let's do just the blue. Hey Morph. Yes, a shed load. I think we made like pushing 1,500 videos. Yeah, I got a little bit obsessed with it. It's true, ever so slightly. Okay. I do believe we're out of time. But those legs are coming along quickly. We managed to get one and a bit highlighted just quickly there at the end. It definitely speeds up. Definitely speeds up once you've got a few layers on. But I think I'm happy with the transition. I mean, it's going to need a little bit of Cinnabite. Yeah, I know, Warden, it sucks. It sucks big piles of acetone. It really does. It's not the best. But that's what we're going for. We're aiming. You know, that's the goal. Yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Fingers crossed. In the not too distant future, we'll be able to lengthen these. But I will see you. Yeah, I'll see you. When is it? Maybe tomorrow evening, unless something goes really well today, in which case it will be a daytime stream. But it's a little bit hit and miss. So if you don't see me in the daytime, you'll see me in the evening. But yeah, thanks a lot, guys. Really appreciate you all. Thank you so much. Thank you. And I'll see you again soon. You filthy scum!